So this is update 24.4.1. When you've copied the Gatwick folder into the community folder, don't forget to rescan devices in the New Aero folder, because there's been a few changes in the altitude heights of the units. So starting up Flight Simulator, starting off stands 1 to 5. For any GSX profile makers, you're going to need to lower the GSX units slightly to fit with the hazard logo. So they all need to be lowered slightly from stands 1 to 5. In my profile, I've only managed to do the A320 profile. Probably going to do all of them eventually. So just stands 1 to 5, and then zooming over to Pier 3, the satellite. The bracket bar, the universal bars that attach the units to the terminals, they've also been lowered slightly, and I've lowered the New Aero devices. With GSX profiles, you probably won't need to do anything. You may need to lower them slightly for the satellite. So they're now all lower down slightly. Stand 38 has been shifted to the right, the attachment bar. So GSX profiles, you'll need to change stand 38 and also 54 left. That was offset too much, so I've lined it up slightly better. So for any GSX profiles, this one needs to be shifted slightly as well. It's still not 100%. Notice I've reduced the size of the stand number plates to be more realistic, and some of them have been shifted just on Pier 4, 54 all the way down to 49. You may want to lower the GSX VDGS units, any profile makers. So that's the VDGS. Coming over to the runway, I've managed to line up the orange and green taxiway alternating lights really well. With a neat little trick. So now you can see the alternation is perfect, and they're pretty much perfectly in line. Just going down to double check. All lined up perfectly, both directions. Another one perfectly done. So I'm going to go into more of a sunset lighting at a low angle in a minute. And some of the patches on the runway, the texture orientation was not correct. So there you can see the texture alignment of the repair patch is now orientated to the patch. Much better. So the rapid exit taxiway has now been repositioned a bit further to the east, and I have removed the echo taxiway because that's not yet operational. I've put red light stop markers and some mobile barriers across, because that's yet to be opened. just going down, double checking some more taxiway signs that I've added. Golf Juliet. Alright, left hotel. So now zooming back over towards Pier 1. So there has been a change in the underlying Bing map textures. Probably when we had really hot weather a few years ago, absolutely awful textures, like burnt brown coloration. So I've just added my own grass now. This texture is Jimmer grass. It doesn't look too bad close up. So a lot of that's been added. Just gonna slow down. There's some new FEGP fixed electrical ground power units added to Pier 1. Brand new design. They're all on a lod. It may be too small. I may need to adjust the LOD setting. As you can see, it's nearly done. Just need to add a few more things. So that's the fixed electrical ground power units on Pier 1. Just zooming over to the railway station, I've added a not finished model of the Gatwick Express. I need to actually get some real footage of the up-to-date appearance, but that's something. Just a static model. Now I'm going to zoom over to the fuel farm area. So I've done some work on this area. It's going to take a long time, but at least it's a start. Some basic models, and also some that are textured. It does take ages to complete. So last but not least, the blast fence barrier is now completed. It's got a very nice PBR texture. Not metallic, and the roughness is not really a factor on concrete. But there you can see this is a vector placement, so they do behave a bit strange when you get close up. Looking at the actual texture in GIMP, that's the red concrete, that's the normal that are generated, and that's the RGB. There's not much on the RGB. Using Materialize, I opened the diffuse map and the normal map and just created some metallic. The lighter the colour with MSFS Blender, the less the effect. So the darker, the more effect. So obviously it's hardly any, not going to be much metallic. I just added a tiny amount of smoothness as well. The darker, the more reflective it is, the lighter, the less reflective. If I'd made them dark, it would be it would look ridiculous. AO, just standard AO. There's not much to that. Generated PNG, chose the channels, what the channels are in Blender, and just saved the RGB. Easy as that. So now they're looking really nice with a nice bit of roughness to them. No real metallic, no real reflection. And that is the update.